सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। So now, yesterday, the author clearly bifurcated what is Brahman and what is Jagat. He clearly gave us the explanation or helped us to differentiate how to differentiate Brahman from creation. In verse number 20, he said that Asti Bhati Priyam Rupam Nama Chaiti Amsha Panchakam. There are 5 aspects in each and everything of this creation. Out of this 5, the first 3, Adhyatrayam Brahma Rupam, the first 3, which are the first 3? Asti Bhati Priyam, is, isness, consciousness, and Priyatvam. This 3 belongs to Brahman. And Jagat Rupam Tatodvayam, the other 2, namely Rupa and Nama belongs to the creation. Having said this, so now we clearly know what is creation and what is Brahman. In Rupa, in forms, in names and forms constitute the creation. And wherever the names and forms are, there itself Asti Bhati Priyam is. And where to look for Asti Bhati Priyam? You will not be finding it here. Where will you find it? I am, I exist, I am, I shine, and I'm lovable to myself. This the same Asti Bhati Priyam. There are no more of, there is Asti Bhati Priyam is just one. There is no duality in this. So everything is Asti Bhati Priyam, just one, and above that, Nama and Rupa are superimposed. Okay. Now, how to understand and abide in this Asti Bhati Priyam? We have to know the truth very well. Our goal of life is what? To know the truth and abide in it. And for that, it becomes very clear that we have to disregard or be indifferent to Nama and Rupa. We don't hate it, but today it occupies our attention. It occupies our attention so much so that we are oblivious. We are oblivious to Asti Bhati Priyam, the real content. And so the sadhana in life is what? That is also very well said in verse number 22. Upeksha nama rupe dve. May you be indifferent. May you overlook, which means it should not matter. What should not matter? What the name and form of a given thing is should not matter. That is upeksha. Not that I hate it or I disregard, doesn't mean that I turn my face away from it. No, it doesn't matter because it is not important. This we have to discover in life. This we have to discover in life, that names and forms, beginning from this body-mind complex to the entire creation, names and forms do not matter. just not saying this. This is not just lip service, but we have to understand this. And that we will understand when we see the mithyatva. Mithyatva means when we see the apparentness of names and forms, that they are just appearing. The content is always Brahman, Asti Bhati Priyam. In what form the gold appears doesn't matter. And to go one step further, Vacharambanam Vikaro Namadeyam Mrittika iti eva satyam. In Chandogya Upanishad, Shvetaka, Arunaka, Uddalaka, sorry. Uddalaka Rishi makes it very clear. The mithyatva of the creation is made very clear when he says that Vacharambhanam Vikaro Namadeyam. This name and form are not there. Where do they hang? Where do they hang? They hang only in my speech, which means they are just in name. They are just in name. In content, only Brahman is. Because, just to do that exercise once again, tell me, where is the bangle? Is it up above here? Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? Everywhere what I touch and I feel is gold. Even when you take it to the goldsmith, the weight is of gold. Then where is the name and form? Name and form stands on my lips. So why give importance to something which is not there, to something which is just an appearance? So this first has to be clear. In life, our priorities have to be clear. Where am I focused? Am I focused in the name and form? Or my focus is in content? What is important to me? Sit back, sit down, give some time to yourself, take a pause, and and deliberate on this. What is important? So far, where have I given importance to? My life, and in that, my energy, my time, my investments, mainly emotional and intellectuals, have been where? In the name and form. And they are slipping by. They are slipping by. It is not going to come with me, even if my journey is not accomplished in this life. And even if if I cannot achieve my goal in this life, but even then, let me go with the samskaras of truth and not of giving importance to name and form, giving importance to mithya. Sit back, give as much time is necessary to this. Give time to this. What is important? Ultimately, what will give me happiness, what will give me freedom, what will give me contentment is myself, as not the ego here, not the name and form also here. The content, and that is asti bhati priyam. This is what is meant by upeksha. And as we said, so first this has to be clear in our minds. What is that doesn't mean, when I say give importance to asti bhati priyam, doesn't mean that stop your work. No, now I will not perform my roles and my duties. I'm the last person to say that. That it doesn't mean that. But even while doing all that, asakto hyacharan asakto hyacharan purushah paramapnoti. Bhagavan says, Lord Krishna tells this to Arjuna, that remain detached. Remain detached means what? Be indifferent to what comes before you, how it is, what status, what form, what name, what behavior. Keep all this aside. Overlook the costume and see the one who is manifesting through the costume. Shift in our life, there should be shift from the costume to the one who is putting on the costume. And the one who has put on the costume is right here. So this is what is meant by Upeksha Nama Rupe Dve. Every time in life, this is now our sadhana. Now this is paradigm shift. From name and form, my focus is now upon Asti Satchidananda Tatparaha. And you will be able to do that. This cannot be forced. But the more love, the more value you discover for this, for Satchidananda, for myself, my true self, not the imposter called the ego, not for that, but for the true self, when I discover that love, when I discover the value, then automatically the tatparata will come. That commitment will come. Then you won't be, there won't be any need to say, do this, do this. Automatically it will come. Our mind, without any effort, goes to something which we love, something which we like. The child may have to be told 100 times, study, 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 no play, study. But when the cricket is going on, his mind goes there without being told. Similarly, so work there. Some work is to be done there. Discover that love for the self. And that you will do, that you will be able to do when you see the mithyatva of the world, that is names and forms, and the reality of the self. For that, constantly nitya nitya vastu viveka. Constantly decipher what is nitya, anitya. What am I running after? Why am I wasting my time? My time is important. My energies are important. I don't know how much I have of it. And where am I investing all of that? This kind of maturity is required. This is maturity. Only such a mature mind will be able to do this upeksha. Otherwise, it's not possible. This is not some intellectual exercise. Minus nama rupa and take out asti bhad. It's not possible that way. It requires commitment on our part. Then, so author says, Samadhim sarvada kuryad. May you always, Samadhi, samyak adhanam. May you always focus your mind upon Asti Bhati Priyam, Satchidananda. Whether you are with yourself, Hrudayeva, Athava Bahihi, when you are with the world outside, always do this. See, always. Always is Samadhim Sarvada. Is not given as option. Sarvada. Always focus your mind upon this. Then gradually a time will come when it will become spontaneous. A time has to come as a result of this when it will become spontaneous. But till then we practice this. See, it should become like gopis. Gopis had this samadhi all the time. Whether she is at home or outside, whatever, she is always thinking about Krishna, 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 that Gopala, Bala Gopala. So much so that when she's milking the cows or whatever, that time also the pot will be full, but still she will keep on doing. Then the mother-in-law will come and, hey, what are you doing? But she is seeing Krishna there. You understand? Whether with herself or doing her duties all the time for Krishna, for Krishna. She is immersed in Krishna, immersed in. This is samadhi. Samadhi we know. What I'm trying to say is that focusing of the mind we know. It automatically happens. When our son is coming from US for 15 days, where is our samadhi? In him all the time. Before also, after also, and when he is there also. And so samadhi, don't be afraid of it. Just develop, discover that love and value. So now, how to do this? So, sixfold samadhis are being recommended, are being prescribed. So, verse number 23. Savikalpo nirvikalpah samadhi samadhirdvividorudi दृश्य शब्दानुवेदेन सविकल्पः पुनर्द्विधा. So, as we have described, samadhi means absorption of the mind. Absorption of the mind. And when mind gets absorbed, then automatically chitta vritti nirodha happens. We don't have to do it. Chitta vritti nirodha. Patanjali Maharaj in Yoga Sutra says, samadhi means what? You keep on focusing and focusing and focusing. As a result of that, tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. Then a time comes when drashtuhu swarupe, in the very swarupa, in the very core of the drashta, the mind then abides. So then mind doesn't remain mind. Mind becomes the very content. Chitta, that is mind, will become chitta. Chitta. Chitta means mind. Double T is chitta, mind. You have to then slowly convert it into, slowly enable it to go into its content. What is that? Chitta. Sat chitta. Chitta has become chitta. So then now we bring it back to what? Chitta. So for that, now first the author is describing sixfold samadhis that is to be carried out with oneself, Ruddhi, in the mind, when you are with yourself. Now in each, in both, whether inside or outside, there are three. Savikalpaha, first two. Savikalpaha, nirvikalpaha, samadhihi, vivido, Ruddhi. So both Savikalpa and Nirvikalpa. Savikalpa means vikalpena saha vartate. When the absorption is along with some vikalpa. Vikalpa means still there is some duality. Some duality is there. That is called, we will see that. That is called savikalpa. And nirvikalpa means absolutely now no triputi, no triad, no drishta, no drishya, no darshanam. Only the content, only the awareness, consciousness remains. Mind has totally merged, resolved rather. The right word is resolved. Mind has resolved into its very content. So that is nirvikalpa. And first one is savikalpa. So these are the three samadhis to be done when you are with yourself. Again, in savikalpa, there are savikalpa is of two types. Which are they? Drishya shabdanuvedena savikalpaha punaha dvida. Savikalpa is twofold. Inside also. Which are they? Drishya shabda anuvedena. One is accompanied with drishya. One drishanuveda sama, which means it is accompanied, aided. Savikalpa samadhi aided, aided or accompanied with drishya. It is called Drishanuveda Samadhi. Second one, second Savikalpa Samadhi, Shabdanuvedana, pierced with Shabda, accompanied with words. So, Savikalpa of two types, Drishya and Shabdanuvedana Savikalpaha Samadhi. And the third one is which? Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So, first three which you do with yourself is Savikalpa Samadhi, of them Savikalpa 2 and 1 Nirvikalpa. The same way when you will when you are with the world and still the Samadhi is going on, Savikalpa 2 over there also, and third one will be Nirvikalpa. This is how sixfold Samadhis. So now, having said that, now the author first describes Drishyanuvidya Savikalpa Samadhi. Samadhi carried on or done with the help of Drishya. with what you see. Huh? What you are with yourself and what you see, which means in the mind the thoughts are going on, vrittis are coming. But this vrittis, you have to take the help of this vrittis itself. These thoughts which are coming in the mind, don't run away from them, but watch them very well. This we do in Nididhyasanam in the morning every day. So let us read the verse first. Verse number 24. कामाद्याश्चित्तगाः कामाद्याश्चित्तगा दृश्याः तत्साक्षित्वेन चेतनम् ध्याये दृश्यानुविद्धोऽयम् समाधिः सविकल्पकः. So samadhi is savikalpakaha. Samadhi, this absorption of the mind, but with the vikalpa, with some duality. Some duality is there. Duality in the form of the knower, known, and the connection between the knower and known. So the darshanam, drashta, drishya, darshanam, pramata, prameya, pramiti. So this is called triputi. This is called triad. When you are with yourself, the thoughts have come. Which are these thoughts? Kamadhyaha. Different thoughts are arising. Thoughts are bound to arise. So when the thoughts such as kama, sankalpa, sandeha, thought which has some object as a desire in that, of jealousy, of anger, things, different thoughts are coming. Chitta gaha, they arise in the mind, in the chitta. Now, what are these thoughts? Drishyaha. Remember, what is this drishyanu with the samadhi? That you are seeing the thoughts in your mind. They become seen. With what is seen, this itself should lead you to drishta. You are seeing the thoughts, but now think in such a manner that you shift from the thoughts, that is from the drishya, to the drishta. So use these thoughts in such a way that it brings you to drishta, not take you from this thought to another, to another, to another. If you are vigilant, if you are watchful, that won't happen. And otherwise that will happen. But what we have to do is use the same thoughts. They have come. Okay. Now remove the focus from the thoughts to the witness of the thoughts. So this shift has to happen. What shift has to take place? Kamadya chitta gaha drishyaha. These different thoughts are drishyas. They are seen. Don't focus there. But what should you do? Tat sakshitvena. As the sakshi, witness of these thoughts. Who is the witness of these thoughts? Chetanam, chiti, consciousness. Turn your mind there, which means from the thoughts, go back to the drishta. How? How to do that? So, understand that these are the thoughts and I am illuminating the thoughts. Without me as an illuminator, the thoughts will not be illumined. Why? Precisely because the thoughts are inert. Mind is inert. And whatever arises from the mind is also inert. Now, they cannot come on their own. When can they be illumined? When some illuminator is there. So, a thought has come. Let us say, you can all also do that. This thought of pot is there. Rather than stopping at this object pot, with the thought, the object also comes in mind. Why? Because the thought and the object are always together. Whenever there is thought of anything, say, let me tell you, tree. The tree is not here. People, tree. But moment I utter this word people or name, the form name comes to your mind. So don't go further from name to people to bird to parrot. No, this thought has come. Now shift. Now you can use the same thought to focus your attention from the thought to the drashta. I am the illuminator of these thoughts. They are getting illumined in my light. This is one way. Second thing is that each thought, as we did yesterday, bodham bodham pratividitam, each thought, if we are alert, becomes a gateway to take you to the drashta. Because, just as we said, that a car is moving and there is no driver. But the very fact that the car is moving, running, which shows that the driver is there. Similarly, the thoughts are coming, they are making themselves known. In whose light? In the light of the Chaitanya. So, automatically, thoughts point to the witness, point to the Sakshi. This way, come back to the Sakshi. So, each third method we did yesterday in the meditation, that when the waves arise in the ocean, from the ocean a wave arises. What is this wave? Wave is nothing but water in a form. Water in a given name and form is nothing but wave. So when you look into the wave, it is nothing but water. Don't see how beautiful this wave is, or if it comes on me. No, don't think of all those things. But what is this wave made of? It has come from water. How beautifully it remains in water, and how it goes back to water. Similarly, thoughts are coming, kamadhyaha. You are seeing them. Now see how they've arisen from silence, atma, consciousness. It arose, there was silence, and the thoughts came. You see the silence in the form of the thought. Let it go back. Then another will come. But now we are seeing the silence in the thoughts. Understood? This is the trick. So far, when we didn't know this, we were getting absorbed in the thought itself. And the thought has a uncanny knack of taking us from one to other. We are breaking this chain by shifting our attention from the name and form of the thought to the content of the thought. And that is the very drishta. This you do. Then you will find automatically thought will stop. Automatically thought will stop, because where is it taking you? To the drashta. So then, consciousness in the form of pot thought. I see one has to do. One has to do this. Consciousness in this form. This thought gone. Bengal thought. Consciousness in this form. In this way, the very thoughts become an aid to take us to the drashta. Understood? So drishya becomes an aid. Drishya pierces and takes us to the drashta. This is which samadhi? Drishyanuvedena savikalpaha samadhi. Now, which samadhi are we going to? Shabdanuvedena, which again falls in the category of savikalpa samadhi. Come on, verse number 25. Asanga Sachidanandaha Swaprabhudvaitavarjitaha Asmiti Shabdavidhoyam Samadhis Savikalpakaha. Now, samadhi savikalpakaha, but with shabda viddoyam, shabdanuvedena savikalpaha samadhi. This is samadhi along with the help of shabdas. Now, words. Now, which words? Not any word. Words of Shastra, words of the teacher, words of Upanishads. So, for this, you have to have little familiarity with the Shastra. Shastra uses words. Asti, bhati, priyam, satyam, jnanam, anantam, brahma veda, brahmaiva bhavati, etc. These are the words used by Shastra, and you should know their meanings very clearly, because each and every word lends on Atma. When you say Nirakaroham, Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, Swabhavoham, I'm Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta. So each and every word, the meaning of each and every word is Atma. So if you know the meaning of each and every word, the words will give the will give the meaning and then go away. Because words will culminate in Atma. Because the meaning is Atma. Say, when I say pot, the very word pot flashes this object in your mind, right? This word pot, when I say pot, when I say laddu, the word laddu flashes the red ball kind of thing in your mind. Similar, because the word and its meaning are very well associated in my mind. Pot, when I say pot, you very well know that pot means this object. So the connection between the word and its meaning are clear. Only when they are very clear, mere utterance of the word will flash the object in meaning in the mind. So that much familiarity we should have with the words. So which words here author himself has given us certain examples. Which word has he used? Asangah. This is very famous word in the Shastra. The statement which occurs in Brihadaranyaka is Asango hi ayam purushah. Purusha means Atma is Asangah. Asanga, not connected to anything. Not to ego, not to world, not to duties, not to this, not to that, nothing. I am that Satchidanand. So I use this word in meditation. Asangoham, Asangoham, Punaf. Keep on repeating, but not just repeating. The meaning should be known. I am Asangaha. Then what will this word do? The meaning will come and the word will go. The word is successful in bringing me to myself. Another word, Satchidananda. I am Sat, Chit, and only this much I am. Not with Sat, human being, woman, doctor, engineer, beautiful, this, that, no such things. Mere Sat, mere Chit, mere Ananda. So this word I utter in my mind, inside, in whichever form I utter. Then another word, Swaprabha. Swaprabha means I am self effulgent. Nothing in this creation except Atma, except consciousness, is Swaprabha. Swayam Jyotihi. I don't require any other light. What a beautiful thing. Each and everything in this creation is dependent thanks to the self. And self is not dependent upon anything. Swaprabha. It's on its own. For its consciousness doesn't require any other consciousness. Consciousness by itself, Sve Mahimni Pratitishtati, abides in its own Mahima, is because of its own Mahima. Atma is so great, beautiful. Tell yourself all this. Swaprabha plus Dvaita Varjitaha. There is none other than this self. Dvaita Varjitaha. Again, if Dvaita was, then problems. With Dvaita, comes problems. Dvitiya dvai bhayam bhavati. When there is another, you don't have to do anything. Bhaya will come. Raga will come. Dvesha will come. Spardha, competition will come. Jealousy will come. Anger will come. But here, how beautiful. Ekam eva advitiyam. I'm one without a second. There is no even concept of second, that kind of one. Otherwise, when we say one, it will be followed by two, three, four. But this is what kind of one? Which is which is no idea of second, which doesn't admit the idea of second, that kind of one. And so I have nothing to fear, nothing to compete with, nothing to acquire, nothing and nobody to prove anything to. Otherwise, I have to prove myself to you to show that I'm something or the other. Samsara is with two. Udaram antaram kurute atatasya bhayam bhavati. Even if you imagine slightest of duality, slightest, Ishvara and Bhakta, even though love is there, but he will go away. Mirabai is always, she's in Viraha. When will he come? Having come, he is going away. So now again, she pines for. Beautiful, this is not ordinary. This kind of love is not ordinary. But still, there remains something to be achieved. You know? Whereas, what is this? Dvaita Varjitaha. No, nothing but me. Then what about all this? All this is appearance. Such wild, multifarious, disparate world is not there at all. It's mere kalpana. Kalpana. And I need not, second doesn't mean it is really there. This is there. But what? It's just an imagination. So I take such words. And then all these words culminate in me. The meaning of each and every word is I. Asmiti. Dvaita Varjitaha Asmi. Swaprabhavaha Asmi. I am Swaprabhavaha. I am Dvaita Varjita. In this way, you use the words. And each and every word will bring you to yourself. Shabda Viddoyam Samadhihi Savikalpakaha. Then it will come. Automatically, when you understand the meaning, the words drop. The words drop. You need not have to hold on to it. It gets dropped. And then what is left? You are with yourself. Okay? Now, as a result of repetition, as a result of doing this for a long time, very, very long time, depends on how much one needs it. Then what happens? The third one. Which is this third one? Nirvikalpa happens. We don't have to do. Now the effort is gone. Effort is in this too. Drishyanu Samadhi and Shabdanu. There the effort is. But as a result of the effort of this two, the third one happens. The third one happens. So let us read that. स्वानुभूतिरसावेशात् दृश्यशब्दानुपेक्षितुः निर्विकल्पः समाधिः स्यात् निवातस्थितदीपवत्. Now, Swanubhuti Rasaveshat, because of those two if you do it properly, it begins to give you some rasa. It begins to give you the rasa, the sap, the ananda of Atma, because both of them culminated into Atma. So when you keep on doing it, then what happens? It A momentum is created. A momentum gets created, just as that plane, the flight on the runway runs faster, 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 and then suddenly it just takes off. Yes, that's the right word. Takes off. Similarly, take off. This takeoff has to happen. But when will the takeoff happen? Runway. On the runway, you should. Similarly, because of the twofold savikalpa samadhi, a momentum is created. Already you are beginning to have the glimpse. And Atma is rasovai saha, nothing but rasa, nothing but rasa. Whatever little rasa we are getting in the world is also really Atma's rasa. Atma only, there is no other rasa, by the way. It may look as if it is coming from gulab jamun. Real rasa is this. That rasa is superimposed there, and then I enjoy. But the one who contacts the real one, the real source, because of practicing, Svanubhuti rasa veshat, because of the avesh rasa, swa anubhuti rasa aveshat, because of the experience that he is getting of himself, swa anubhuti rasa aveshat, because of the avesha that happens. Now avesha has many meanings. Here the Tikakara has given three meanings. Avesha, avesha means abhyasa, because of the constant repetition, constant focusing of the mind. As Lord Krishna says, yato yato nishcharati manas chanchalam astiram tatastato niyamyetat atmanyeva vasham nayet. O Arjuna, whenever, for whichever causes the mind goes, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. And Arjuna said, but this is difficult. Very, very difficult. Chanchalam hi manah Krishna, pramati balavadrudam, tasyaham nigraham manye, vayo rivasu dushkaram. This is very difficult. My mind is too unsteady. It is like holding the air. So Bhagavan said, yes, you can't reject outright, you can't reject. So he said, yes, you are right, but abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha gruhyate, but it can be done. He said, in the because he doesn't want to disappoint Arjuna, so he said, first he said asamshayam mahabaho manodurnigraham chalam. Yes, it is difficult, but abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha gruhyate, by constant abhyasa, keep on doing, that is avesha. When you keep on doing it, a time comes when patavad, you gain expertise in that. Expertise comes because of constantly doing it. Constantly do that. Then patava means you gain acumen, you gain expertise in that, and then automatically you begin to, you can easily, the words as well as the drishya, they get dropped. They get dropped. That was one meaning of avesha. Another meaning of avesha is abhinivesha, magnatvam. When you start doing it, so dhyasanam can be a big headache also if we don't like it. It can be a big headache. Otherwise, you love it also when you do it properly. And then when you come to know the beauty of the self, then you enjoy it. And a time comes when you get immersed. Magnatvam. Do keep on doing it. Then you begin to like it. You look forward to it. You look forward to it. And otherwise, in meditation, in second, you start people snoring also. That also happens, but there is a reason, because mind becomes quiet. It is one goes, it's a good sign in a way that your mind is now getting relaxed. Anyway, that is besides the point. But magnatvam, that is another meaning of avesha, that you get submerged. Third meaning of avesha, asamantat pravesha avesha, very well you get into that. which means you are flooded from all sides. Shabda and Drishya has helped you so much, because what happened? Because of shifting from the Drishya to Drishta, from Shabda gave way to the its meaning into Atma. Because of this, now you are with the self, and you begin to like this so much. You enjoy that peace, you enjoy that quietude. And Atma, you begin to know, you come to know that this is the fulfillment. As Bhagavan says, Atmanyevatmana tushtaha. The real tushti, satisfaction is in Atma, in himself, by himself. This we come to know. This one has to find out. Otherwise, I will run away. It will not bring me back, but it will, on the contrary, take me out. But this, and we will experience. Why not? In fact, it is constantly being experienced. Only thing, we don't recognize all that. But so, Aveshame asamanta parve. Just as in the rainy season, when there is flood, then the entire river is flooded from all sides. Similarly, I am flooded in all sides by what? Happiness, fullness, contentment. So now no willpower is left to come out. Will is dropped. This has happened. I have not done. Now who has taken over? Let me tell you. Who has taken over? Atma has taken over. Now Atma has taken over, as it were, because all obstacles are gone. Attraction for outside things, mithya things have gone, and you are so happy. That avesha. So from all sides you are flooded and totally merged. One meaning of avesha that is given is, just as sometimes some spirit takes over you, bhuta, some ghost comes and takes over. And when I've heard about this. So when the ghost comes, the ghost, the person may be a woman, but from inside a man will speak. This kind of things happen. So that is called they take over. Now you are no more. Your personality is taken over by that ghost. Similarly, who is now taken over? Atma. That has to happen. That has to happen. That is called nirvikalpa. It happens as a force or the momentum created by my effort of shabda savikalpa samadhi and drishanuveda savikalpa samadhi. There my effort is there, but as a result of the effort, the takeoff happens. So nirvikalpa has, so automatically drishya and shabda drishya anupekshituhu means the meditator drops, it gets dropped. The drishya and shabda gets dropped. And what is the result? Nirvikalpa. Now no knower is there. Knower so far was different from the known. And because of the knower and known, the knowledge was there. This triputi, these triads were there. Now these three have gone. Knower means the one who is identified with the upadhi. Knower is the one who is consciousness identified with the upadhi is the knower. I thought. Consciousness identified with the I thought was the knower. Consciousness identified with the object is the known. And consciousness identified with the thought, which comes as a result of the knower contacting the known, is the knowledge. All these three identifications gets dropped. Who remains? Mere consciousness. So now This samadhi is what? Nirvikalpaha samadhi. For that example is given. Nirvikalpaha samadhi syat. It happens. Like what? Nivata sthita deepavata. Like a flame. Flame placed in a corner where there is no not too much of air. Little bit of oxygen is there, but lot of air and all that is not there. So now it just goes, steadily. The flame is going on. Nivata sthita, place where no air is there. The flame placed in nivata sthita, flame placed where there is no disturbance of the air. Bhagwan also says, Lord Krishna, in Bhagavad Gita, Yatha Deepo Nivatastaha Nengate Sopama Smrita Yogino Yatachittasya Yunjato Yogam Atmanah. One who is carrying out this meditation upon the self, a time comes when his mind, when he becomes like what? Yatha Deepo Nivatastaha Nengate. It doesn't waver now. So mind is totally merged. So mind is now totally merged. Automatically Nirodha has happened. Chitta Vritti Nirodha has happened. And he abides Tada Drashtuhu Swarupe Avasthanam. Patanjali Maharaj says, Drashtuhu Swarupe Avasthanam. Now only Swarupa is left. Swarupa, called consciousness, is left because mind doesn't see the need to pose problems, to arise, happily goes back. So far, see, as long as the mind continues to think, it shows there is some restlessness. Some restlessness. It is a sign of restlessness. But now, so much happiness is there. I don't need to. No need to think. So, mind has happily gone back, resolved in its own swarupa. This is nirvikalpa samadhi. We'll talk more about this, but let us go to drishyanu with the the samadhis, threefold, which are carried out inside, are seen. You remember what was the point? Sixfold samadhis, three inside, three outside. Hrudaye athava bahihi. In the mind, two kinds of savikalpa samadhi resulting into nirvikalpa. Three are over. Now outside. Outside means when I'm with the world, walking, talking, going out in the nature, whatever. I'm with the world. That time also we have to practice these three. So let us do that. Verse number 27. हृदीव बाह्यदेशेऽपि यस्मिन् कस्मिंश्च वस्तुनि समाधिराद्य सन्मात्रात् नामरूपपृथक्कृतिः. So first is again Drishyanu with the Rudi iva bahya deshepi. Just as I practiced when I was with myself, Rudi iva bahya deshepi. Even when I'm with the world outside. Now where should I see? Now Drishya. Inside the thoughts were there. Now outside, so many things are there. So author say, Yasmin kasmim vastu, whatever you see. Whatever you see. Now see, whatever you see should not take you away into names and forms further, but should take you back to Atma. This is the trick. This is the thing we have to do. Yasmin kasmimscha vastuni. We have to deliberately practice, think in that manner. Samadhi adhyah. First kind of savikalpa samadhi, which is that drishyanu. Drishyanu with the savikalpa samadhi. So what should we do? You are seeing names and forms. You are seeing a person before you, and that person is little difficult. Problems are there, no? He is not according to me, opposes me, insults me. This is not an easy task. But still, what should I do? Now if I look at what he is saying to me, and if I get provoked, then I will talk back. And samadhi is gone now. What will be the resulting the resultant thing? Fight. No. But nama rupa pruthakrutihi. Now I separate nama and rupa. I see a person's name and form. I overlook that and pay my attention to what? To asti bhati priyam. He is behaving like this because that is his samskara, that is his habit. Unfortunately, he has not trained himself and he cannot do that immediately. This is a way you can, resolve things and forgive. Forgive. Okay, it's okay. Doesn't matter. I'm fine. He cannot disturb me. In this way, catch or look into Sanmatra. Only the Sat, Chit, Ananda. That is the way. Vesha is of an angry person. Vesha is of a reacting person. But I separate that part, remove the shaft, and catch the content. What is that? Sanmatra. What is here is there. What is it's coming out in this way because of his past, because of his some problems in the mind. So I sympathize rather than get angry. Anger otherwise will breed anger. No, I don't do that. When I this is very fundamental. I have to go to the roots. No, where is it coming from? Only then and then this drishya in the form of this person will not bother me, and instead it will help me appreciate sanmatra. Understood? This is how. This is one example. Like that, we see everything. That is why Bhagavan says in Isha Vasyamidam Sarvam. Lord Krishna says, when you come across what? Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane. You see a Brahmana who is full of Vidya, Vinaya, everything. Vidya, Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane. Then you see what? Gavi, Hastini, Shuni Chaiva Shvapake. They are different. One is Sattva, one is Rajas, one is Tamas. Plethora of things are there. But Gavi has Shuni Chaiva Shvapake cha Panditaha Samadarshina. What does Pandita see? Pandita, real Pandita is this. Who has this Panda? Panda means this knowledge. Which knowledge? What is important? What is the truth? What is Satyam? Not the Vesha, but the Veshi. Is the wrapper important or the chocolate important? Wrapper, let it be whatever it is. Important is the candy inside. The candy may come in any wrapper. Maturity is in overlooking, otherwise, children will give me that. They fight for the wrapper. Whereas the mature one doesn't bother. I mean, he doesn't bother about that because what is important to him is not the incidental aspect, but what is important is the inherent. What is inherent? That is important and not the incidental. Incidental comes and goes. Why should I bother about it? Maturity is there. So, this is how you look at the world. You come across the world, you transact with the world, but each and everything will bring you back to yourself. It will not take you away from yourself. This is the trick. Not trick, but this is knowledge. Wisdom is this. Yes, sarvatrano, Bhagavan says, abhisneha. Yes, sarvatra anabhisneha. He is not attached anywhere, not hating anyone. Whatever is fine because he's established somewhere else. Huh? So, this happens from morning to the time you go to sleep. Something or the other will be there. Today, servant has not come. Big thing. In the office, I have gone, boss is forcing me to finish this target and it's impossible. So here, from here also fumes will come out. No. We go back to the self, like this. Everything is mithya. It can happen. Problems can occur. Like that, resolve and go back to the sat. Okay, so that is drishya. Now again, in bahya we go back to with samadhi, shabdanuveda. In the bahya, inside we have finished, bahya we are doing, in that drishya is done. Now we go to shabda. Akhandaikara vastu Satchidananda Lakshanam Ityavachinna Chinteyam Samadhir Madhyamo Bhavet. See, now Shabda. Akhandaika rasam vastu Satchidananda Lakshanam iti avachinna chinteyam. May you constantly ruminate in the mind these words that this is nothing but akhanda eka rasa vastu. हर देश में तू हर वेश में तू तेरे नाम अनेक तू एक है you everything is you. So akhanda ekarasam vastu, and what is that satchidananda lakshanam? Just as earlier it was said that in just as in ocean there are waves and foam and bubbles and tsunami, but all that is nothing but ocean. Similarly, you are looking at the world, talking to them, working with them, and reminding yourself, telling yourself, Akhandaika rasam vastu, Satchidananda Lakshmi, iti avachinna chinteyam. Constantly do this. Avachinna, without a break. In some the definition that Patanjali Rishi gives is Satka. I have gotten, wait. He says, what is the real practice? Satu dirgha kala nairantarya satkara sevito dhrida bhumihi. Patanjali Maharaj, right? The basis for all this is here. Dirgha kala, do it for a long time. And nairantarya, constantly. And how? Satkar, love it with respect, not as a burden, but satkara sevito. This will be the strong foundation. Drada bhumihi. Then the mind will automatically melt down. Mind will not resist because it is getting educated. You have to educate your mind. But that is why Bhagavan says, Yogi yunjita satatam atmanam. He also says, Yogi yunjita satatam. May you constantly think about Atma. Atma not sitting in one corner. There he may say so. Rahasya. But here what is said is, wherever you are. Wherever you are. So constantly tell yourself that what is this? Nothing but one Brahman in different forms. That will be samadhi madhyamo bhavet. That will be the middle samadhi. Middle samadhi means which samadhi? Shabdanuveda. Shabdanuveda savikalpaha samadhi. Savikalpa are of two types, Shabda and Drishya. Drishya and Shabda. So this is samadhi with respect to the world outside, in which we have already seen Shabda. And this is Drishya. This is done. Now, again, as a result of this, outside also, what happens? Nirvikalpa samadhi. Verse number 29. स्तब्धि भावो रसास्वादात् तृतीयः पूर्ववन्मतः एतैः समाधिभिर्षड्भिः नयेत् कालं निरन्तरम्. See, stabdi bhavaha rasaswadat. Again, because of doing this constantly, reminding yourself with the help of words and drishya, what happens? A time comes when the momentum is gathered and you become stabdaha. Stabdaha means you are now absorbed. totally absorbed in the content. Shabdas have gone, Drishya have gone, knower, known, knowledge, seer, seen, seeing, gone. What remains is nothing but consciousness, rasaswadat, because of the force that is created, and you are enjoying. You like it in the sense you enjoy yourself. You're not enjoying an object. Oh, I am so beautiful. So again, Atma has taken over. Rasaswada. Trutiyaha means the third one. Nirvikalpaha, like Purvavat. Purvavat means like before. This third one happens. Then author says, Etaihi samadhibihi shadbihi. With this sixfold samadhis, with this sixfold, three inside, three outside. Nayet kalam nirantaram. May you pass your time in this, as if we don't have anything else to do. It is taken for granted that you have nothing else to do, which means the uh, priority is clear. Even if we have things to do, you can, from wherever you are, in whichever role, whichever place, whichever ashram, Grihasthashram, Vanaprastha ashram, Sannyas ashram, wherever, but you can begin this. You can start doing this. You have to start it. Otherwise, this won't come. So, our effort lies only in this. This is what uh, Vasishtaji, sage Vasishta told to Rama. It so happened there is a text called Yoga Vasishta. You must have heard about this. There's a text called Yoga Vasishta, in which the story is this, that Rama, when he was young, once he went for a pilgrimage. When he returned from pilgrimage, he developed Vairagya. He was totally not interested in anything. Absolutely virakta he became. And then not eating, drinking, not wearing good clothes, not studying, nothing. So Dasharatha is worried. Everybody is worried. They showed to doctors and nothing. But Rama is like that only. Just thinking, just with himself. Then Vasishta was, sage Vasishta is called. Vasishtaji came to know that this is Vairagya. Vairagya has come. And then he taught him Yoga Vasishta, where he taught him all this. And then he came to know. And then Rama went with Vishwamitra, then got married, then became everything. But how? Became Sthita Prajna, because this education was given of what Atma. This is how the story goes. Their beautiful verses are given by sage Vasishta. It is said there, wait, in Yoga Vase, Prashanta Vrittikam Chittam, Paramananda Deepakam. When the mind completely merges, as I said, the mind now doesn't need to remain. Otherwise, it's I want to do this, experience, see, think. No. Now, no questions are there, no doubts are there. Completely, all the doubts are resolved. So, mind becomes quiet, merges in Atma. This is samadhi is called Nirvikalpa, and another name, I'm just giving the names because they are there in the Shastra. Asampragnata Samadhi. This is also called Asampragnata Samadhi. Word used by Patanjali Maharaj. Asampragnata Samadhi. The Yoginam Priyaha. This is very much loved by Yogi. You must have seen the picture of Lord Shiva. He goes into Samadhi for how many years? Thousands of years. He's just in Nirvika. Parvati ji keeps on waiting when he will come out, then. But he won't. Why? Just got engrossed. Now, no willpower is there, nothing, and is nothing but enjoyment. Who will want to come out? Who will want to come out from that? So, that is Nirvikalpa. One another famous statement for that is Antashunyah Bahishunyah Shunya Kumbha Iva Ambare. So that just like a pot, it is kept in the space. Inside it is empty and outside also empty, which means there is no attraction for the world at all. and inside also no ignorance, nothing. So Atma is just like that. It becomes just like that. Then, just to give you some other thing which you should know, Gaudapadacharyaji, who is he? Is the author of Mandukya Karika. On Mandukya Upanishad, he has written Karika, Mandukya Karika. About 215 verses are written. This Karika explains the Upanishad, which contains only 12 verses, which contains only 12 verses. On that beautiful exposition is given in the verse form, which is called Karika, in which there are 4 chapters, which wonderful one. Everybody should learn that. Okay, in that, Gaudapadacharyaji points out that there are many obstacles to this. Why I'm discussing this is that there are many obstacles to this happening. Why? Because samskaras of the past so many births are there. They are very strong. They don't leave us that soon. So lots of effort is required. What are the common kashaya? He calls it kashaya. Kashaya means obstacles. It is called kashaya. Which are the common ones? Just for knowledge, and for one should know this. One is laya. Laya means you doze off, which is a common thing. Moment in meditation, you are saying asangoham, and you hear the snoring also. So, laya means one dozes off. So that becomes an obstacle. Eh, How will you proceed? You have gone to, you are in the other world. So that is one obstacle. It arises from tamas. Understand, it arises from the 3 gunas are there of Prakriti: sattva, rajas, and tamas. They stand in my way. One is laya arising from tamas. From rajas, what arises? Vikshepa. I get disturbed. Even though I'm sitting here, some smallest of noise will take me there. Or I will remember, oh, breakfast is to be done. And today in breakfast there is idli sambar. And Swamini is not leaving us. Something, vikshepa. I get disturbed. Then L- then there is another kashaya. Kashaya means I get stunned. People get stunned in their in their maturity also. You just get stunned, you don't proceed, and you don't know what is really happening, whether you are making a progress or not. That also you don't know. You are stuck. You are stuck. It's a big kashaya that shows impurity of the mind. Understand, that shows impurity of the mind. I don't enjoy all this impurity. These are all different kashayas.